Hi guys, this is Ane from Ancient Gallery and welcome back to Drawing and Discovering Dinosaurs. So today we are drawing our X dinosaur and the series is almost to an end. So yes, so basically today we're drawing our X dinosaur, which is going to be a type of dinosaur from a family that, well, we've kind of looked at. We've looked at its relatives, but we haven't really talked about the specific group. So let's get started. So today we are going to be drawing Xenoceratops, whose name means alien horned face in Greek. And by the word ceratops in the name, one can safely assume that it's part of the ceratopsian family group that includes Triceratops, Centrosaurus, and animals like that. And yes, Xenoceratops is part of the ceratopsian family, but it's part of a different branch than Triceratops is, and we haven't really looked at that branch ever before. So basically, the difference between Xenoceratops group, which is called the Centrosaurs, and includes animals like Xenoceratops, Centrosaurus, and Ceratosaurus. These animals have small frills and generally lots of horns and elaborate headsets, and are often found in huge groups because there we have like hundreds of fossils from a single riverbed, which was probably because a herd attempted to cross during a flood time. However, in Chasmosaurs, which is the group that, let's say, Triceratops belongs to, Triceratops' group, the Chasmosaurs were generally larger. They were more like rhinos and generally less egregious. They were more solitary. They also had simple horns, just usually 2 or 3, and didn't have as elaborate frills, but what they lacked in quality, they made up for in quantity, and very much of it, as these animals were the size of elephants. So yeah, these are pretty big animals. Xenoceratops, we really don't know a lot about it. It's not a very well-known dinosaur, but it, like most centrosaurs, was found in Canada. That's one more thing. Chasmosaurs generally lived in more southern areas, like what is now the United States, while centrosaurs generally were much more northern located. They were far more common in the parts of northern Canada, such as the province of Alberta, and mostly parts of Alaska, where they were the largest and most formidable herbivores around. So yeah, that's just a brief description of what ceratopsians are and what they do. Alright, so first, before we do anything, these frills were mainly were used for defense, but they were also probably tools of display. So, to attract mates. So I'm gonna make the head and the back really colorful, and I'm gonna do nice like designs on the frill, just for style. So Xenoceratops is actually one of the first ceratopsians to be discovered in Canada. I'm pretty sure it is the first. So yeah, it is the first ceratopsian to be discovered in Canada. Until then, most ceratopsians were restricted to the U.S. or North America, and they were generally not that well known. As you can see here, Xenoceratops had two brow horns, two cheek horns. Right now, this is from a side view, so that's why you can only see one cheek horn, but it did have two. Lots of bony knobs on the frill, and also two at the top of the frill. Two horns, by the way. So yeah, it has a lot of horns. Mostly, probably the brow horns were the only ones that were actually used for defense or attacking in any way. The others were probably just for show. Horns may also have indicated social dominance, which, because centrosaurs, if you remember, are generally herd animals, and this was probably true of Xenoceratops as well, even though we only have a few specimens. So, having larger, more elaborate horns may have become a big factor in reproductive success, because again, in the animal world and in humans, females are attracted to displays. However, the horns are still in like indispensable for defense, because ceratopsians' top predators were tyrannosaurs, and tyrannosaurs required formidable defenses. Their jaws were strong enough to crush bone, and if you didn't have a lot of spare defenses, you would soon be dead in just one bite, no matter what you were. So yeah, ceratopsians evolved to become the way they are because of tyrannosaurs. And you see this mainly because both tyrannosaurs and ceratopsians share the same general area. Both live in North America and in East Asia. And both used to be small and not very bulky, very bird-like animals in the early Cretaceous, which was when they first evolved. But as time went along, they started becoming more and more bulkier and more powerful. Just generally tank-like build. Alright, now, let's see here. Yeah, so that's basically most of the information we have for Xenoceratops. Again, we only have a very few fossils, so yeah, we don't really know a lot about it. Speaking of dinosaurs that we don't know a lot about, scientists estimate that we have about 1,500 or so species of dinosaurs discovered. Species or genus, I'm not sure which one is it. It's one of those. Anyway, scientists think that there are probably thousands more that we can never discover, just because fossilization is an incredibly hard and annoying process that only occurs once in a blue moon. There probably were a lot of dinosaurs that we can never even imagine of, and we'll never get to see them just because they died in the wrong place in the wrong time. Alright, so we're almost done here because I'm not going in for too much detail. Alright, so, okay, there we go. Now, we haven't done this in quite a while, but I am going to attempt a sort of, let's see here, a sort of background, but it's going to be really small and simple, so, yeah, basically, I'm just going to draw a ground, this, like, golden kind of marshy color. And now I have my brown. I'm gonna draw a really tall, thin line. This is gonna be for some pine trees, and I'm gonna draw some short branches. Alright, so that's our first trunk. Let's see here. I have a dark military green, and I'm just gonna paint in the leaves in these kind of small strokes. And this actually works really well for trees that you're painting from a distance. And it looks really good. Alright, so we're just going to repeat that process several times with some variation. A bit shorter this time. I'm going to use a more dark bottle green. And right there. Now, the bottle green is a bit too blue for my liking, so I'm going to mix it in with some of that golden color. But it still kind of retains a slightly different shade. I'm also going to make a pine tree on the other side. All of this is behind the dinosaur's head, so we had to be a bit careful when painting. Alright, there. Now, for that one, I'm also going to do it a bit different. I'm going to take out a regular green and cover it up as well. Now, I've got to be really careful here because the strokes I made were completely random, and I have to paint over all of them. Okay, now that looks really good. So, yeah, final step, shading, as always. Use my black colored pencil for some really nice graying, and I'm gonna apply lightly. Do some shading underneath the horns, on the horns, and under the frill, and a bit on the back. Alright, so yeah, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you in the next one with Y, and we have got a really special, really weird dinosaur that we're gonna draw for Y. So yeah, stay tuned, and I'll see you next time. Bye!